Yo, 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 what is up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Grown and Nerdy Podcast with your boy, Jordan Conley. Hey, that's how we do it, baby. Welcome to another edition of Grown and Nerdy, baby. I don't know where the baby's coming in. I don't know why I said baby. I don't know. I'm feeling a little early 2000. What it do, baby? We're gonna rock out just me and you, okay? Just me and you and me, both of us together. That's from Monsters Inc., okay? Mike Wazowski, baby, representing 2020. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm very much a DJ right now. Like, I'm feeling it. Like, I don't know what my energy is, but I'm loving all of this. I hope you are too. If you're not, I apologize, but you're probably a hater because I'm giving you a lot of I'm Zac Efron in High School Musical energy is what I'm giving you right now. But overall, guys, let's jump right in. I am very excited because at this point, it's all Christmas movies galore, okay? Some of the greatest movies. Again, I watched Vanessa Hudgens, what was the movie that she was in? Oh, The Princess Switch. I watched The Princess Switch and then The Princess Switched again, the second one. Those movies are great. Very cheesy, but I love them. It's something about those Hallmark Christmas movies as well. You know, these movies are fantastic, and I'm loving them aggressively. The very first Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen, you know, The Santa Claus. That's one of the greatest Christmas movies ever made. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but you need to go back and watch that movie. I forgot, honestly, how hilarious the movie is. I know the movie's great, but as far as the pure hilarity of that movie, the movie is 10 out of 10, one of the funniest Christmas movies. When Tim Allen's character comes down the chimney, okay, it's Scott Calvin, right? He comes down the chimney, goes into the house of the girl who had the missing two front teeth, and she goes, Santa? She goes, Santa? He says, Scott Calvin. And he's all getting mad at this girl because he's lactose intolerant, but she didn't put out the right milk. Aren't you supposed to drink the milk? Well, I'm lactose intolerant. And then he comes back the next year, fully Santa, and he drinks the milk. He was like, I think the milk's a little sour. And she goes, well, you said you were lactose intolerant. Dude, that's one of the best jokes and callbacks in Christmas movie history. There's a whole thing of that he didn't kill him, but I don't care what you say. When I first watched the Santa Claus, I said, did this man just kill Santa? Like, he said, hey, you. Santa falls off the roof and lands on the snow, and then he disappears. I said he just went to North Pole heaven because he's dead right now. They went on to make two others. Now keep in mind, when you watch the Santa Claus 2 and 3, they are a step down from the original, but if you just love a good Christmas, little cheesiness about it, I love number 2 and 3 also. I love them personally. 3 is a tougher one to swallow, but I love it regardless, okay? And then the Santa Claus 2, it's him, and you learn that the Claus has a clause. So the first one is the clause is you put on the red suit and the hat, you become Santa. So that's the clause. The second one is if you're Santa, you have a limited amount of time where you need to find a wife. And if you don't find a wife, what's gonna happen is you don't get to become Santa anymore. That movie is hilarious in its own right, but that one's way more cheesier because the first movie is just straight good old-fashioned Christmas movie. Just give me hilarity. The second one is good, is a Christmas movie as well, but that one's more of a Christmas rom-com movie. Kind of cute, very cute. I like it. Tim Allen's son in the movie, Charlie. There we go. Charlie is older in that movie, and he looks weird because he's an older kid, but he still has the same baby face. Okay, it kind of makes me laugh because he's supposed to be this hardcore cool kid in high school, and I'm like, brother, you still got the same face that was just got your diaper changed yesterday. So you're not that cool because you literally look like you still eat baby bottle pops. Is it baby bottle pops? It's a baby bottle pop, baby bottle pop. You can look at it, and shake it, and look at it again. I think that's the song. I'm mad that I actually remember most of that commercial. But overall, it's very cheesy, but I like it. And he gets married. And what's funny about it, I think this man had 28 days to get married. First of all, he was single. He had 28 days to find a woman and get married. That's an issue for me for watching the movie, because I'm just like, there's a little too much of cheesiness. Because now I have to believe you're going to get married after 28 days with somebody. Come on now, that's rough. But overall, I love the movie. Oh, you know what I forgot about in the Santa Claus 2? There's literally a villain. He clones himself, so now there's a villain, which is Nega Santa, and it's him trying to take over Christmas because he says all the kids deserve coal. Mind you, if you've never seen these movies, I pretty much just told you the whole thing. But overall, still watch them because they're great. The third one is a little bit tougher because the third one, that one also has a villain, and that one is Jack Frost. They got Martin Short to play Jack Frost. An incredible performance by Martin Short playing Jack Frost. The whole idea of it is Jack Frost feels neglected. Everybody's got all the attention on Santa. How come ain't nobody remembering Jack Frost? Jack Frost discovers there's a way he can become Santa by switching up Tim Allen's words to go back in time so he can eventually say the "hey you," knock Santa off the roof. And it's like, how do you say it? It's not a bad movie, but there's a lot of aspects of the movie that throw everything off about the movie to me. Like, if you would have just kept it at Santa Claus versus Jack Frost, I'd be okay with it. But what they try to do in the third movie is they try to throw in a family issue in the middle of it. So what happened is Santa, Tim Allen, Scott Calvin, he's married now, right? He got married in 28 days or less to a woman. That's crazy. 28 days, you met her and got married at the same time. That's fantastic. Thank you, Lord. That's what I would have said. So he finds a woman, they get married. The third movie, what happens is she wants to invite her family over so that way they can all spend Christmas together. So this is what trips me out. Okay, so literally, Mrs. Claus, again, is feeling hurt because her husband is not spending any real time with her during the holiday season. When this man's only job is to work for the holiday season. So she's got an issue because she ain't getting no time when this man only works one day a year. This man ain't even checked his list twice yet, and she's upset because he has to go and check his list twice. You better get it together. So because they threw in that storyline, it kind of threw me off a little bit, but overall, I still think it's a good time because I like again Martin Short's performance as Jack Frost. Now, me personally, my favorite Christmas movie is actually another Tim Allen movie. It's called Christmas with the Cranks. Now, mind you, when I say it's my favorite, it's kind of at a toss-up because I have another favorite, which I'm gonna talk about in just a second. But when it comes to Christmas with the Cranks, it's based off a book, if I'm correct. Definitely a story of this man is like, hey, we spent so much money for Christmas last year. Our daughter's gone, and she's the biggest reason why, we came together for Christmas in general. How about we skip Christmas? Let's just skip Christmas this year, and let's go on a cruise. It's Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis, okay? That pairing is hilarious. And then you have Dan Aykroyd as the mayor of the town they're living in. I mean, this is one of the funniest Christmas movies in my personal opinion. I love it. Obviously, you have Elf, which is laugh out loud hilarious. But Christmas with the Cranks hits differently for me because that one seems more realistic of a movie. So it's just, dude, that movie's just amazing. You have to watch it. Like, one of my favorite scenes in that movie is this is when they're dead set on, hey, we're skipping Christmas, all right? And Tim Allen, this man gets Botox in his face. And it's watching Tim Allen eat his fruit bowl. Like, he had a fruit bowl and he's trying to eat fruit and drink water while his face is aggressively Botoxed. And when I tell you, I'm like crying laughing watching that scene. Like, crying laughing. Everything Jamie Lee Curtis does in the movie is just golden. Watching her try to get the last hickory honey ham at the grocery store, you feel her pain, but you're laughing at the same time. It's so great. Just everything about the movie is fantastic. Please go watch that movie. I tried to do the best I could at not spoiling it. I think I did fantastic. Jordan, what'd you think? Well, Jordan, I think you did great. Thank you, Jordan. You're welcome, Jordan. But I think my favorite, possibly, because again, Christmas with the Cranks kind of teeter-totters with this movie for me. Which, by the way, before I even get to my possible tied for first, can we talk about, if you've never seen it, it's a Netflix original. This thing came out last year on Netflix. It's called Claus. It's an animated movie, and I think after watching it a second time, I think that might be the greatest animated Christmas movie in my personal opinion. Claus is such a great story. Like, that one, because it's newer, I'm not gonna spoil anything about it because, like, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but dude, when I tell you, like after watching that movie, man, I like sat there and I was like, dude, I ain't done it in a long time, but shoot, let me put some cookies and milk out for Santa. Like, Santa needs some cookies and milk. He needs, you know what I mean? Like, he been working hard. He had to work for what he got, and now I got to do what I got to do. That movie's on fire. Like, that movie's good. Okay, like, it's so good, you can't even say good right. That movie's good. Okay, Goooutt, good. Please watch it. That movie will bless your life. Okay, that movie's gonna bless your life. That's my preacher voice. It's gonna bless your life. It's gonna bless your spirit and your soul. Amen. Going into my favorite Christmas movie, kind of tied with Christmas with the Cranks. This is the movie you gotta watch every year because it's hilarious. It's a really good story, and it really kind of deals with what it's like trying to get a toy last minute, trying to go Christmas shopping. Jingle All The Way. That movie. Every year, man, when I watch Jingle All The Way, I sit down and I enjoy it as though I've never seen it before because it's so good, man. I'd say it's in my top 3 all-time favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. And that's Terminator 2, Terminator 1, and then Jingle All The Way. Arnold Schwarzenegger has done a lot of movies, a lot of fantastic movies. But Jingle All The Way is so good to me that movie has jumped up aggressively high for me. Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you have Sinbad. Now, Sinbad, if you don't know this, the first stand-up special I ever saw in life, my dad had a DVD called Afros and Bell Bottoms, a Sinbad DVD of comedy special. Dude, it to this day is actually one of my all-time favorite comedy specials. It's so good, it's so funny. His performance in Jingle All The Way and watching him and Arnold Schwarzenegger go at it over a Turbo Man doll is so hilarious and such a genuinely good on-screen chemistry that every time I watch that movie, man, I'm like, yep, this is the movie we gotta watch. That's my definite, I need to watch this. That and Christmas with the Cranks. If I don't watch those 2 movies, I don't think it's Christmas time, in my personal opinion. Also, by the way, obviously, and when I say obviously, I mean obviously, everyone loves The Grinch with Jim Carrey. Obviously that should be in everyone's top ranking lists. Again, obviously. But the reason why I put Christmas with the Cranks and Jingle All The Way higher than The Grinch is purely because we all know the story of The Grinch. Now, me personally, I do think the Jim Carrey version is the greatest telling of it, but you can never forget there's a classic Grinch movie that came out. You have the new one that came out with Universal Studios. So it's there's so much Grinch that when I see the Grinch, I love it, but I think I'm giving Jingle All The Way and Christmas with the Cranks a higher nod for my favorite Christmas movies, just because they're more original in my personal opinion. We all know the Grinch story, but we don't know the Christmas with the Crank story or the Jingle All The Way story. So Jingle All The Way, please watch it. It's because of Jingle All The Way to this day that I know all of the reindeer names. Okay, there's a whole scene in a radio station where they're doing a radio competition, a radio show competition. It was, if you can call in and name all of the reindeer, you can win a Turbo Man doll. And Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, I don't remember the character names, he runs all the way down to the radio station. He literally runs to the radio station. I don't remember why he ran. I think it was because there was an issue with the phones or something like that. But he runs down to the radio station the whole way through chanting, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. But in his voice, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. And then him and Sinbad fight to get to the radio station. Dude, it is so good, man. And then the ending is one of the greatest endings in a Christmas movie, in my opinion. What happens is Arnold Schwarzenegger ends up dressing up like Turbo Man, and Sinbad ends up dressing up like the villain, and they fight head to head. It is so good. At a Christmas parade, they fight. It is so good that, you know what, as I'm talking about it now, Jingle All The Way is my all-time favorite Christmas movie. Christmas with the Cranks, number 2. Number 3 is the Santa Claus. Number 4 is the Grinch with Jim Carrey. And once again, guys, it's only number 4 because of the fact that the Grinch, we all know the story. I love the originality more of Jingle All The Way, Christmas with the Cranks, and the Santa Claus. All right, guys, so that was it. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you have a great rest of your evening, day, night, whenever you're listening to this. I will catch you next week. Peace.